As you guys may know, Archwick uploaded a chart preview of a new song of his 2 months ago. He simply made it because he was, quote, bored. Whether or not that was the case, he was probably well aware that he made another monstrosity that, if FC'd, will climb the ranks of difficulty much like Archwick's Hell. What if I told you, though, that this chart is miles harder than Archwick's Hell, and will be FC'd in a couple of weeks? This is Spacerace, a song that follows the same format of Archwick's Hell. Under 2 minutes, requires the highest skill range possible given the current time of the community, and over the top hard throughout the whole song with no breaks, minus the 40-second intro. This song on a mass tapping level is a little under, if not on par with Archwick's Hell. We're talking in terms of notes per second and notes dense sections, as Archwick's Hell utilizes more quad, quint zigs, and high notes per second sliding patterns. This won't deceive Spacerace's difficulty, however, as there are far more complicated sections that more than likely can't be cheesed by your usual slide tapping or NATO shenanigans. I'd like to be proven wrong though. The sections that utilizes open no hopos and tap chords make it really hard to cheese, so most players that resort to that have to go the honest route of actually learning the method entirely on its own, which brings up another point. This song's learning curve is probably one of the hardest in the whole CH community. Of course, it is one of the hardest songs out right now, but when you look at a song like Chasing Comets that is right on its level, debatably harder, a majority of the community can read what's happening on the highway 50 to 75% of the time. As with this, you know what notes are showing up on the highway, but going about how you'd be hitting all of this is a brain twister in and of itself. Now, if it weren't obvious enough, I am going for Spacerace, as I've posted a tweet before saying that my last body is broken due to it constantly overstrumming. Thankfully, however, I am being sent a 1-1 to 1-2 body from Bimity for the grind, and I couldn't thank him enough for it, but I still have to go learn a good portion of the song because, like I said before, it is super hard to go about learning the song and what methods to use, not to mention having the skill sets required. Now, from your guys' perspective, you're probably thinking on whether or not it holds up with Megalodon, which, of course, is the undisputed best FC at the moment. And I'd like to point out a reference for Spacerace. If many considered Archwick's Hell to be on par with Triathlon when it happened, let alone a good bit that think it might be better, and Spacerace being obviously better than Archwick's Hell, then it gives a good idea on the song's direction in terms of tiering. If you guys remembered a week ago that Frith made the overall grade system and placed Spacerace within tier 18 along with Star Maker and Megalodon, which I can agree apart from other things on that list. Spacerace utilizes nearly every skill set imaginable for its FC, as I've written out nearly 20 skill sets needed for a minute-long solo, and I'm having a hard time finding a single soul in this community that can get well over 95% on full song, let alone an FC. I could go on more about how impactful this FC will be and how it could be even deemed as being the best FC ever done as of right now, but I'll leave it up to interpretation as I'm only all opinion. But I try to speak as objectively as I can when I go deep into toplets like this, and you can expect more of that when future videos come out. But with that being said, I'll see you in the FC vid. Goodbye.